Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings.
Let's go, let's go! Here we go, here we go. 15 Lonnie, 15 Lonnie. Now!
Block now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Go! Ready?
Another try after the first down sack. Locke is going to let this go deep for Lee. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw it is Locke. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Remember, of course, he threw 5 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive, same result here.
But it's hard to believe that you can throw 5 in the previous week and start out your very next game the exact same way. He's going to need a lot of support on his own sideline. Make sure he gets really fully mentally into this one.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 30.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers put up their notes as close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go! Let's go!
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult pull to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
Go, go, go. Check it. Check bomber. Check bomber. 15. Check 15. Look at me. Score. Deep rip. Deep rip.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On first down, It's Jacobs, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Hey, they scared. They scared. Check 3. Check 3. Hey.
Now to the air. Rock. He'll rifle this one deep right. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
61, matchbox lights. Check safety, check safety. Bam. Hey, lock it. Tight up. Ready.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
What's it? On the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
General West.
3-yard line.
Now a carry for Jacobs. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Minshew throwing on third down. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue.
That's caught inside the 20. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
He's crashing. Blue draw Corkers.
They run it with Jacobs. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Chopper! 6. Mike, 56, right there, 56. We don't want this. He's coming. Look, squeeze. Deep grip.
They'll run it with Jacobs, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Josh Jacobs with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
On the
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. 60 or.
On 2nd down, Minshew. Open here, Adam Thielen. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. On first down, Carson. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Tackle made by Kenny Vaccaro.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Got it. 22 is coming. 22 is coming. Mike. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Shoot.
Here's Minshew. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Mike 22 is coming. 22 is coming. Mike. Switch up. Snap.
They'll try and throw for it here. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now Locke. Going deep here for Landry. That's caught inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Jarvis Landry, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
First play of the drive, excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
They'll run on first down. Jacobs. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Right there in the middle, 55.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
Back. Yo, go.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Clock now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But it's all...
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Geno Atkins coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9.
Let's get this.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Looking to throw it, Minshew. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Eric Murray that time there to knock it away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That's pulled in at the 32. A good return there, 17 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Here now, Brett Maher. He hit from 62 in his rookie season of 2018. And they say officially it's a 68-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Ready to break.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Minshew. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Minshew, 1st and 10, and incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, Minshew looking to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. And that's what you've got your tough little slot receiver for, isn't it? Right there, those 4th down conversions in the middle of the field.
He knows that's where he has to make his living, and that's where he has to make plays to help his team. And no one is asking him to do anything more or less than do exactly what we saw there.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
22.
It'll be Minshew again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
You're out.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now, Jackrabbit. Now.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
30 base.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now. Five.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The product of Jersey City, Tahir Whitehead on the sack.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter.
6-6, pull it high. Hustle. Get it.
Here's Jacobs. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. He's going to let this go deep for Lee and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Lions will take over.
Got it.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline? It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Throwing on first down is Minshew. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 37. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Jacobs. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appered to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Watch 61. Matchbox lights.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Steven Sims. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. The 20. There he goes left side. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Looking to throw on second down. Minshew, open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Got a man, it's Arcega-Whiteside. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Minshew sets to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Eric Murray. And a great return here gets us one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here's Jacobs. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal.
I'm coming after you. You draw corkers. Switch. Hard. Get it.
One more time with Jacobs. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Only 3 there on the screen at second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
On first down, it's Jacobs. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him. And then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Vikings, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brent.